HTML. Height HTML. Height.html. So from the previous page, example 4, we have made one division paragraph. One paragraph we have made. We can take the same paragraph. In yesterday's example 4.html, you have created the paragraph for padding purpose. Copy the same paragraph and keep here. Okay, we have copied the paragraph. Inside that, you have given the margin, background, float, and width. Keep one more property in the beginning, that is called height. Height, suppose 100 px. Height, give 100 px. Content, you should keep more. The text should be more text. Keep more text. Keep more text. Check now. Save the file and check once. The text is within the paragraph or out of the paragraph. Text should be more. If the text will be more, then only it will go out of the paragraph. Keep more text. Okay, now let me run this file. Whether it's going out of the box or not.
It's going out of the box.
Going out of the box. Reason is we are given the height as a 100 px. So when you write height 100 px, so height will be fixed. It will not increase, it will not decrease. If your content is more, it will go outside. If your content is less, it will be inside. Okay, so suppose in case if I reduce the content, height will not reduce. If I reduce the content, height will not reduce, as you see here. Height remain same. Whether your content is inside or content is outside, it always remain same. Content is less, content is more, no matter, the height remain same. Okay, next after that, we need to copy the same paragraph and paste after this with the similar content, everything. Background, if you want, you can let it be same. I'll change to different color. Okay. So now height, you will convert into mean hyphen height. Mean hyphen height 100 px. And check. Mean hyphen height 100 px. And you can check. Keep it simple. The name is called Keep It Simple. Please change your name first. When we enter under the meeting, Zoom will ask your name. Don't give some crazy name. Give your genuine name. Or send your name in the chat. I will change here. Okay, so now what it says, mean height how much? 100 px. Mean height 100 px. So when I run my file, you can see the content was same. Minimum will be 100. If the content is more, it will extend automatically. Minimum will be 100 height. If the content is more, height will get increased. Let me increase little more content and see whether it is getting extend or not. So we added some more content and wanted to understand whether it is going to increase or not. It is increasing. So meaning you can say, if your content is more than 100 pixel, whatever the minimum height you are given, if the content is more than that, your content will not go out of the box. It will be, your box will get extended automatically, box height will get increased automatically. Right? So compared to this both, which one is good? First or second? Mean height is better. Okay, mean height is better. But it's not like always mean height is better. Sometimes height is also, okay, height is also helpful. Okay, height is not helpful. You can say height will be used everywhere. Okay, sometime mean height will be helpful. Okay, next come down. Now after that we have the next option. What will happen if the content is less? The mean height will get reduced or not? Let us check once. Okay, let us check once. Now we'll go inside and let me reduce the content, remove the content, and identify whether it is going to happen or not. So we reduce the content and understand now. See, minimum will be 100. So height says, according to your content, it will not increase and decrease. It will be remain fixed height. Mean height says, like, if your content is more, it will increase. If the content is less, it will not decrease. Okay, next we have one more option. Complete according to content, it will increase and decrease. Complete according to content, it will increase and decrease. So keep one more paragraph and keep here height as auto. Height as auto. Height as auto. You will see how much content you have, that much only height will occupy. If you have content more, it will go increase. If content is less, it will get decrease. Mean height, check now. Mean height, let me change to blue color, not blue color, something red color only. So after that, we need to check once it's happening or not. So we can say here, mean height is also, sorry, height auto is also able to increase. What will happen if we decrease the content? Will it will reduce or not? Height will get decreased or not? So we can reduce some content and then check once is happening or not. Happening. So out of 3, so whenever we are going to write the height, we will have 3 options in our mind. We will check the requirement of the user. We will check the possibility of the user input. If the possibility of the user input is limited, then we will give the height. If the possibility of the input is can be increased, but minimum cannot go less than this, then we can give minimum height. If the possibility of the user input is anything, can be input null also, and input can be more also, input can be less also, then we'll follow this one, height as a height. Okay, but out of these 3, the first second one is the best option, minimum height. Okay, second one is the best option. And if in case if you want to make it first also is the best option, we have to write the media query. According to device, we need to check, okay, what is the device size? Device size is small, then increase that. Device size is large, then decrease that. Okay, with the help of, again, media query CSS, we can minimize and increase and decrease through the code, through if else condition, you can say. Okay, now we'll go to the developer guide. So hope clear or not clear? Reply kijiye, please reply once. You understood the difference of height, mean height, and height auto.
Yes, sir.
Height meaning is fixed. Mean height meaning is minimum is fixed. Maximum depend on contents. Okay. After that, height auto have no any relation with the minimum or maximum. How much content you have, accordingly it will get rearranged automatically. Okay. Accordingly it will get rearranged automatically. Okay. Now come there to the developer guide, and right here height three types we have. What are we have? One we have called height, assume called 100 px. So what will happen in this case? It is fixed. It is fixed. Second line you can write height auto, mean height, mean hyphen height, suppose 100 px. Then you can write after that minimum height is fixed. Fixed. Maximum based on contents. Okay, height auto, height colon auto, what it will do? Fully based on contents. Fully based on contents. Fully based on contents. Fully based on contents. Now we will see one difference of width. Four type of width we have. In that, two type of width we are going to understand now, and two type of width we will be learning under the internal CSS. Okay, so clear. Let's go ahead next. Next, after that, we will create a file called width.html. 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 HTML you can start from. Body you can follow. H1 tag also we can write there. CSS. Different type of width. CSS different type of width. Different type of width. Now write a division. For that division, write a style equal to height. Style equal to height. Suppose 100 px. Background. Some red color. And width 1200 px. 1200 px. Inside write something ABCD, 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 ABCD. Check now. Is it printing something? A division will appear in the total width of this much, 1200 pixel. A division will appear. Now to run that division, minimum width required, that is called 1200 pixel. Okay, to run that division, minimum width is required 1200 pixel. Okay. Now suppose you are running on maybe 1500 pixel screen. Someone else is running on different size of the screen. Mine is running on different size of the screen. Let me open the screen and see. Are you getting any scroller in the last? A scroller is coming. Full screen. Do the full screen. Full screen and check. No scroller. But in my case, a scroller is coming. Your screen size is bigger. My screen size is smaller. Now same page someone will open in mobile phone. What will happen? Scroller will come or not? So to see the right side content, he has to go to the, he has to scroll right, then only he can see the content. To see the content of left side, he has to see the content of the, he has to scroll left. Okay. So whenever you create a page, and if you want to check anyone has created the page, whether his page is responsive or not, you need to check in the bottom this side, this one, this is scroller. This scroller is coming or not. If the scroller comes, means your page is not responsive design. In the responsive design, scroller will never come. Okay. This scroller will never come. Now you can also minimize like this and check once. Are you getting a scroller? Reduce the window size like this and check once. Scroller appear or not? Yes. Scroller appear.
Yes, it appears. Yeah.
That meaning what will happen? You also face the problem. I will also face the problem. When? If the device is different. That is happening. Why? Because you have given the width in pixel. And that is so how much? Some number that is in the pixel. Okay. Another option we have in percentage. Okay. So suppose if we go here and write the width as 100% is only 100%. In that case, it will cover the full screen of my window and full screen of your window. There will not be any calculation on, pixel size. Okay, yours will be 1800 pixel, mine is 1500 pixel, someone will have 500 pixel. So it will cover total 100% of the screen. Check now, minimize and maximize. Any scroller appear now? Now there should not be any kind of scroller. Clear? So which one is the best now? Hmm? Percentage or pixel?
Percentage.
Percentage.
Because that's, yeah, there is a line with the browser. Even if I minimize, what is it?
In your screen full width. In my screen.
Yeah.
If you go for the large screen, then also full width. If you go to the small screen, then also full width.
Full width.
Give any percentage. 50, 30, 40, any percentage you can give. So after that, it will cover the. So come to the developer guide and we can make a note of two options. One is called pixel. One is called pixel. Another one is called as a percentage. Pixel and percentage both. So we can go here and for the width we have 4 ways. Number one we have called width colon in pixel. What you can write here? It is fixed. It is fixed. Second, you write width in percentage. You can write it is based on screen size. Next, we have mean width. Mean width, it can be pixel also, or it can be percentage also, no problem. Next one is called max width. It can be pixel also, or it can be percentage also. So mean width, max width, we are going to use in the further next. Okay, next example. So we understood the difference of height, we understood the difference of width. Okay, for background, we'll see something else. Not in this file, it will become very complicated. Code will become congested. The background, let it be. We have many types of background. We are going to write that also. Right, next one. Next, we have called a property called display. 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 Display has the value called inline. It has a value called block. It has a value called a none, and it has a value called flags. Okay, how many types? 4 types. This is also going to float will help you to only convert from block to inline. Float property we have seen that help only convert from block to inline, and display will help you for both the purpose. Inline to block, block to inline, even hide also. Non means hide. Flags means something else. From CSS3, we are going to study that. Okay. From next, we will create a file called display.html, and we'll understand the how the display will work in multiple ways. So file name called display.html. Display. Display.html. Display.html. Start from HTML. Body and write a tag called UL. ULLI. Keep somewhere home and about. Home and about us. Now for this 2 Li, right here is style equal to inline CSS is a lengthy process, but for understanding wise, it's very good. The property remains same. Whatever the property value you are writing of CSS, that will remain same in inline also, internal also, external also. The places where we are writing the code, it will get changed. Okay, so now you will write a style equal to display inline, display inline, and margin somewhere 20 pixel. Do the same for second li also, and see, you will see both will come one after other in the same line. Both will come one after other in the same line. Come in the same line. Next line.
Yes, one after the other in the same line.
Well, li is especially it will print in the new line. It will not come in the same line. If you remove display in line, if you remove display in line, it will not come in same line. It will go to the next line. So with the help of display in line, it is coming in the same line. Let's add this menu many times. If 2 has come, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add here some more thing. About us, contact us, login, register, inquiry, services, products. You will see all will come in one line. Clear? Something like this. After writing one li, copy paste same li and replace the menus.
Yeah, all the options are coming in one line, one after the other.
Everywhere is plain line. Now suppose for register, we want to hide it. Will not display the register. So we'll write here display none. Display none. Do the display none for register. You will see the register will get hide. Display none for register, register will get hide. Go on, register. Now there is another property, maybe inquiry. You can keep as a display block. Display block. Inquiry will go to the new line. Inquiry will go to the new line. Inquiry gone to the new line. 2 also will go to the new line because 1 become block. So inquiry will cover the full width. It will not come in the login after login. It will go next to the login because inquiry need full width. What you are written here? Block. Display as a block. That meaning how much? Full width, end to end. So if it will cover end to end, then definitely service and product has to go to the new line. Service and product will come in one line, right? Sequence. Yeah. Service and product is one line because both we have made as a display in line. But this is called display block. It's need full width. It will not compromise with the first line, not compromise with the last line. It will say I need full width. So it will go to the new line. Okay. So how many property we have? Only one. Value how many? Display, none, display inline, display block, display flags also. CSS3 we are going to learn the flags. Go here. Right for UL1. Okay, but for UL, if we write display block and none, block I'll keep here in line as of now. Or let's write here. Style equal to background. Red color and padding 15 px for UL. For UL, background red color, padding 15 px. Something display block we have written one place. If we keep it inline, it will look like a solid menu. Navigation, it will create a navigation. If display inline and then see, it will look like a navigation bar. Display the navigation bar. Something like this. ULLI is for the menu purpose only. Display inline, if you say, it will come in one line. And after that, blocks, if you say, it will go to the next line, depend on our line. Now look at here, the menu, it's look like it's a menu, but there is some gap. Can you see some gap in the left side, some gap in the right hand side, some gap from the top. That gap is 8 pixel gap, 8 pixel. 8 pixel for whom? Not for the UL, for this one, for the body. Body will leave in the all the side 8 pixel by default. Now let's remove that. You want to increase, you can increase also. If you want to decrease, you can decrease also. Okay, that is called margin. Margin, keep 8 pixel and check it remains same or change. Margin keep 8 pixel and check once it's remain same or got change. Remain same. Okay, remain same. That meaning by default is how much? 8 pixel. You want to increase, you can increase also. If you want to remove, you can give here 0 pixel. So in body, the navigation bar is coming, it will cover the full width. It will not leave any gap from left, right, top, bottom, any side. Covering full width, no gap now. So by default, what is the gap? What is the margin for the body? 8 pixel. Okay. Image, when we display the image tag IMG, in that by default 3 pixel gap is there. 3 pixel, 3 px. Between two image, by default you have a gap of 3 pixel. Let's go ahead then. We understood the display property also. Display property also. So hope look like this. Covering full width. Yes, no reply should keep coming. Silent look like.
Yes, yes, it's the same.
Okay. After that, next task is to understand in this page display inline how many times you have written? 7, 8, 9 times in one page.
7 times.
In one page. Okay. Like suppose if you will create, then how many pages you have to create? 7 pages we have to create. We have to create
7 pages, yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have to create total 8 pages. Correct. Now in one page you have written display inline 8 times, and you have total 8 pages. So how many times you have to write display inline? 8 into 8 something. Okay. Now suppose you wrote display inline today, and after 2 months manager will say display inline not looking good here, do display block. Okay. Now what will do? How many pages you have to modify?
I got 60.
64 places by
Yeah,
mistake.
64.
I'll bulk updating one place by mistake something has happened. So next what will happen? Same work will go to the tester. Understood or not? Like code is duplicate. Overall, when we write the inline CSS, for the first li we have written display inline. So display inline says you have applied me for the first li. I will work only for the first li. I don't know for the second li. If you want me to apply for the second li, you have to write again. Okay. Again, same way what will happen? Suppose 10 li we have to write 10 times. So this is not called one-to-many. This is called one-to-one. One li, and one display inline. Again, one more li, again one more display inline. So for one li, we have written same set of CSS. For second li, also we have written the same set of CSS. So that becomes a one-to-one. One HTML tag, one set of CSS. Again same HTML tag, again same set of CSS. Means code become duplicate. Okay, now understand. Inline, how many characters? Okay, not only inline. From here to here, I have selected, and for me it is saying selected is 28. Here, from here to where I selected, so it is saying total selected character is 28 character. Okay, 28 character. Now let me open the calculator. 28 into 28 into 8, 224 characters in one page. In one page, 228 character in one page. Okay, for what purpose? To convert only from block to inline, because you have written one-to-one, one-to-one. Another method says CSS internal method, external method, import method says like if you write like this in one page 224 character if you write, then your page will become slow. Okay, from the code itself your page will become heavy, still content is somewhere else. Okay, internal CSS is like you do one thing in current page, you write only one place display inline and margin 20 pixel, and I will apply for all the LI. How many LI you have no matter, you write only one place display inline and margin 20 pixel. I will apply for all the LI. So now see, compare. If you follow the inline CSS, you are going to write how many character? 224 character. If you are going to follow the internal CSS, you will write only this many. How many? 28 character. 28 character. In the favor of inline CSS, 224. In the favor of internal, only 28. Now compare. In one file, you have total 28 character. And in another file, you have 224 character content. Now, which page will download fast? 28 only, no? Not 6224. So, there the inline CSS will face the problem. Inline CSS is like code is duplicate. If the code is duplicate, your file will become heavy. If your file will become heavy, then page loading will be slow. If the page loading is slow, user cannot wait. User will say, okay, I'll open in evening. I have urgent. They'll close the page and they'll go. Evening, who will come? People are busy. They will not open your page again. If your page will open fast, then user can do something. Maybe you can get one customer. Right? That is the one problem. Another problem, if you are writing in line CSS, your page will not come in Google search. Google search. Digital marketing will not happen. Okay. Online promotion will not happen of your web application. Okay. There is a lot of limitation on that. Google says like if you are promoting your page through Google search, then you have to follow my policy. Okay, what policy? Don't write even a single line of inline CSS. If you're writing inline CSS, that meaning definitely your code is duplicate. If your code is duplicate, your page will be heavy. Page will be heavy. Page loading will be slow. Page loading will be slow. User experience will be bad. So indirectly, I will be blamed. Who says? Google says. So better than that, don't display your page in Google search. Okay, so those many things are there. So what we are going to do, we are going to compare now. If you are writing the inline CSS problem we discuss, now same thing we need to implement under the internal CSS, like this example only. This example only will implement under the internal CSS and we'll compare both. In internal CSS, how much is the code, and under the inline CSS, how much is the code. Okay, property remains same. Property remains same. HTML will remain same. Everything will remain same. Only the way of writing the CSS will get changed. Place will get changed. Let's come now. So what we will do is you will create. We have some many property we have as of now. We are going to implement one by one. Compare now. So you will create this file. Copy everything from here and create one more file. Something test.html. Under internal folder, not under the inline folder. Under internal folder. Under internal folder, create a file test.html. 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 Okay, created. Go here. Now right here call head and open the style now. Under the style, मिनट रुकिए, आदमी आया उसको नौकरी मिला है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Okay, after that. So what we did, we open the style and close the style. Under this style, suppose we have a UL tag. For UL tag, copy, cut and paste this. I'll guide you syntax how to write. Just this example is just for the comparison. So for UL, no need to write any kind of CSS. Next, you write a li something. For li, cut and paste this. Given some expected solution zip file. This is the problem. Upper one. Link of the hosted app. If possible, you can mention that. Do one thing. Forward in my phone. Okay. This is email or photo. This one is Word document. Okay. Forward in WhatsApp. Okay. Copy this line and paste here. Okay. Now delete the CSS from all the li. From one li we have cut the CSS and paste it on the top. Delete from all the li and paste on the top. Oh, written. Save now. Run this file. See the similar output or different? Something similar? Similar. So how many places you have written the CSS? One place for li. And li is total 8 times. Okay. If you compare this all the codes. This all the codes, selected code is come somewhere 89 character. 89. 89. So we wrote 89 character in one page, and after that it's working. In the previous page, how many character was there? 224. You have not added this one. You have not added this one. Which one? For a UL we have not added. Now including UL here we have 89, 90 character. So now we can compare if 90 character will load fast or 224 character will load fast. 90 character page will load fast, correct? So that is the problem of inline CSS. Inline CSS, what is the problem? Duplicate code. You have to write again and again, same code. But internal CSS is like, no, you cannot write again and again. You write one place and you can apply for all. Okay. Now see how it works. Your compiler will come from beginning. Once you run this fail, compiler will come from beginning. Compiler will find, okay, in current page, there will be a selector called UL. Selector. Let me write here a syntax also. This is called syntax of CSS. Okay. Selector. And after that, inside, you will write the property colon value. Again, property colon value, property value. Then check now. The upper one is the syntax and bottom one is the example. Upper one is the syntax, bottom is the example. Okay. So at the place of selector, what we have written below? UL. So in the term of HTML, UL is called a tag. In the term of CSS, UL is called a selector. In the term of HTML, li is called a tag. In the term of CSS, li is called a selector. So indirectly, you can say whichever the tags we have in HTML, all the tags are called a selector in CSS. Okay, all the HTML tags are called tag, whereas all the HTML tags are called selector in CSS.
So,
Hmm?
we will give internal CSS at the same time or like CSS. So we will not do.
Last example. After finishing the CSS, I'll compare all. Okay, we'll create example. One side is inline, internal, external, and import. Okay. Then we will see what will be on higher priority and who will work. Suppose, for example, okay, li is here, ul li is here, and CSS is here. There is a little distance. Little distance. Assume you are in Bangalore, your one friend is in Hyderabad. One example. Look into the previous example. This is the li, and along with the li, there is a CSS. Another person, he is in Bangalore, and his friend stay with him only in Bangalore only. Now, two scenario. One scenario, your one friend is in Hyderabad. Another scenario, another friend stay with you only. Tomorrow you are facing the fever. Who will help you immediately? Those person who is nearest. Okay, so higher priority. If will ask inline CSS and internal CSS, who have the higher priority? We are comparing as of now to now. Inline and internal. Inline have the higher priority. Okay, inline have higher priority. But another way, inline have the higher priority. Since inline is not proportionally, you are not going to use. Then you will be depending on internal and external. External is a different file. Assume he is available in US. One friend is in USA, another friend is Hyderabad, you are in Bangalore. Okay, now who is the nearest? Hyderabad one. He can come within 2-3 hours. He will come within 2 days. Both are far only. No one is with you. But who will be on higher priority? The nearest one. Okay. Again, the CSS is like internal CSS is also not much helpful. Then which one is important? Which one is helpful? External. But if some scenario comes saying like internal is also there, external is also there, inline is also there. Okay. And we have to give the higher priority to whom? External one who is sitting in the USA. Okay. So understood, no? Three scenario. One scenario, one is with you, another one is Hyderabad, another one is out of India. And you are not giving the priority the person who stay with you. You are not giving the priority the person who stay in Hyderabad. You need to give the priority to whom? Person who is staying outside. So what we have to give in that case? We have to give the priority. We have to set the priority. Where you are no matter, you have the higher priority. You come 5 days late also, I will be waiting for you. Okay. So inline, internal, external, all four methods we have. By default, inline have the higher priority. After inline, internal have the higher priority. After that, external have the higher priority. And last priority will go for the import. Import. So first inline, second internal, third external, fourth import. Default priority. Okay. You can prioritize also. You can say import, you are on the higher priority. Other will not apply. Who will apply? Import one, the last one. Okay, CSS has given. So that when I'll guide you, once you finish all four methods, you understand all four, then we'll create an example, comparison of all. Okay, and we'll write, and then we'll say, okay, see, this is on higher priority by default, but if you want, you can make this also on higher priority. This will not reflect, this will, whichever you can set as a. Okay, uske liye, when we will learn after finishing all 4 methods, not in the beginning. Okay, so let's go now. So we saw here the test file. Let me run the test file. What this test file says? Test file says like your output should same, but the number of code is reduced. So this is the best as of now compared to inline and internal. Come to the developer guide. In developer guide, we have written somewhere inline, internal, external, and import. Under inline, you will be writing some lines saying like it is 1-to-1. It is 1-to-1. 1-to-1. Mine is block inline, not inline. Mine is block inline. What is the block inline here? We have another property block hyphen inline, not block inline. Okay, लिखिए पहले लिखिए थियरी फिर बताते हैं आपको. It is 1-to-1. Write first, will guide you. It is 1-to-1. Yesterday one person like asked why H1 is coming bigger and H2 is coming is smaller. Okay, I have written one H1 to H6, bold italic underline. Then I saw see H1 is bigger, H1 is H6 is smaller. Bold is bold, italic is italic. But the person has no, all are same. Arey bhai, where is the same? Name is different too. H1 is different, H2 is different. Bold is different and I is different, B is different. Where you see the same? Okay. The person said, no, all are printing in the same line. And this is printing. For that, there is something else you need to understand. Then they ask, okay, why they written H1? Why not something else? Okay, why they written H1 only? Why not something else? How the H1 is working? I told H1 will go to the dictionary. From there, your compiler will check in dictionary H1 is there. If H1 is there, then what is the meaning of that? Come and apply. Now the person who developed the H1, why he wrote H1 only? We need to contact him. Then only we will get to know. Okay, so for that question, what will be the answer? If suppose someone will say why H1 is H1 only. Okay, then I told we need to contact to the
Why not even
those person who wrote the H1. Okay, I told once you learn the React, I will guide you. You can write H11 also. You can create your own. Okay. According to your question, answer is we need to contact him. Okay. Another answer is if you wait for few days, once we come in React, we have something called JSX, JavaScript and XML. There we can create our own tag. We can write hello also, it will work. We can write some property for hello, it will work. Okay. So finally I asked, okay, tell me your education background. Okay, then person said, I'm from the BCom background. I told, okay, because you are on the non-track. Okay, you are not on the track, you are out of the track. You have to take some time. Slowly, slowly, you follow other people. They are on the track. If you follow them, you will also come on the track. Okay, then your negativity will go and positivity will come. You will not ask why H1 is H1 only. You will ask, okay, H1 where to use? Where to use H1? That is the what? Positive question. Why H1 is H1 only? That is called negative question. Okay. Why H1 is H1? I said, okay, in last 12 years, I found the first person who asked why H1 is H1 is only. Okay. And that also from where? That also not from India. Germany. Huh? Not from India. Our Indian people is in Germany. Yes, I told, okay, you wait for few days, you attend, keep attending. Indian only in Germany. So I asked them to wait for few days, keep attending. In few days, you will come to know why that is like that. Sometimes some question will come. We need to skip that because suppose I have a son of 5 years, 5 years old. I asked him to, okay, you today you remember 1 to 5, today you remember 5 to 10. Okay. Then he don't know what is the meaning of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Right? But in the future is depending on 1 to 5 and 1 to 10 only. Once the time will come, he will not ask why you have teach me 1 to 5. Okay. So some places, sometime some question comes purposefully we need to pass the answer, saying like, okay, wait for a few days, you will, your question, you will get the answer automatically. Let's go. Okay, so let's write here. Yes, tough question only. Okay, I have given the answer also. See, we are assume like doctor. When you go to the hospital, doctor has not made the medicine. Medicine was made by whom? Scientists they have made. Correct. And after doing their positive, negative, every impact they have released in the market. Doctors are sitting as a mediator. You will go with your requirement saying like my head is paining and stomach is paining. Then they'll see, okay, head pain happened because of this reason. For that, this is the solution. He don't know why this solution work and how the solution work. He have a study, yes, this is the problem, then this is the solution. Okay, this solution we should apply here, we should not apply here. Okay, when the non-visible problem has come in the market, corona, everyone has struggled the problem. Correct. Doctor was also waiting for the solution. If they are the scientists, then they will make it. So they are a mediator. So similar way, as a developer, you are not the scientist. You are as a developer only. Someone will come with the problem. They will say, yes, create a page where I should have a drop down. When I click on mouse, when I click on menu, drop down will open. Okay, same person will say, when I click on through mouse, then also drop down should open. When I move the mouse, then also drop down should open. Then how many problems? 2 problems. Now for both the problem, solution is not same. Problem is similar, but the solution will be different. Okay, you will listen, yes, you want on mouse move, you will apply the solution called CSS. You will say, yes, you want to click, you want to open the menu on click, you will apply the JavaScript. The problem is similar, but the solution is different because he has given the different scenario itself. Okay, so we cannot say like, then I asked them, the people was there, I asked them, do you think you are going to create the 7th version of HTML or 6th version of HTML? Some people say 7th version, some people say no. Okay, that meaning no idea completely, zero knowledge, correct? So until unless we are not on the track, our question will come like that only. Question will come something else. Okay. My son will go on the last floor, plane will go through that way only. He will ask, Papa, ek plane kharid do. He don't understand the complexity, correct? So once the situation will come, time will come, he will understand, oh, that is impossible. Correct. Okay, let's go next. So it is called one-to-one. It is called one-to-one. Okay, that meaning write CSS one time, write CSS code one time, CSS code one time, and use only one time. That is called one-to-one. Write the CSS code one time and use only one time. Come down below. If you are writing one-to-one, what will happen? You can write here, because of one-to-one. Because of one-to-one, code redundancy will happen. Okay, redundancy in the sense, I'll write here called duplicate. Code duplicate will happen. Okay, next line if you write, if code is duplicate, if the code is duplicate, then file weight will increase. File weight will increase. Okay, after that, if file is heavy, if the file is heavy, then page loading may be slow. Page loading may be slow. Next, if write, if page is slow to load, user experience may be bad. User experience may be bad. Okay, if the page is slow to load, the user experience may be bad. Okay, After that, next line you can write. Next line you can write code modification. Code modification is complex because duplicate code is there. You will modify one place, you have to go to another place. Everywhere you have to modify. After that, you can say SEO will be impacted. Negative. SEO will get impacted.
What is SEO, sir?
Search engine optimization, digital marketing.
Okay.
Page will come. You search something in the Google, lot of pages, website will come. That is called SEO. Search engine optimization. Search engine optimization. We promote the website in the Google search.
Okay.
You will get.
Understood, sir.
You will be impacted in the negative way. Okay, me. GATIV negative. Okay. So what we understood through this, through inline CSS, we understood yes, it is happening, it is working. Property values are there. We have to remember the property value. According to need, we need to apply the property value. But somewhere the property value when you are writing, due to some limitation, inline CSS is not supporting to write once and use many times. Inline CSS is like you have to write once and use only one time. If you want to use again, you have to write again. Okay, that's called a duplicate code. Okay, duplicate code. Because of duplicate code, many problem comes. Because of that, you are not going to follow that inline CSS and all. For understanding purpose, few points is important. Okay, let's go ahead next. Next, we have called internal CSS. Internal CSS. Internal CSS. Internal CSS, what it says? It says like it is one to many. 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 Okay, that meaning write the CSS code one time and use many times in HTML. Write the CSS code one time and use many times in HTML. Write the code one time and use many times in HTML. Okay, next after that, we have created one example. File name is called test.html. You saw you have written the CSS one times. We have written the CSS one time and we have used how many times? Many times, many times. In current page 100 times also you can write. There is no problem at all. Okay, but internal CSS, external CSS, import CSS. Okay, internal, external, and import. All these three methods says like when you want to write one to many, you have to use the following technique. What is that? Let's go here. Right here. To make one to many, internal, comma, external, comma, import. External, internal, and import has given following methods. Okay, internal and external has given the following methods. So it says like internal CSS is like you can write one time and you can use many times. But to write one to many, in the sense write one time and use many times, we have total 5 methods. And that 5 method will be supported by internal, external, and import. Okay, internal, external, and import. Suppose this page you have made. This page you have made. Test page you have made. Inside the test page, you have written for all the LI display as a inline. In the test page, what we have written? For all the LI, we have written display as a inline and margin as a 20 pixel. So it is not necessary in one page, all the LI will look similar. Some LI will look different also. So this solution, what it says? This solution says like in current page, your all the LI will look similar. If you want different, that will not happen. Okay, that is also another problem. One too many happen, but still problem is exist. What is the problem? Suppose in one page we have follow the LI and we say like, okay, all the LI will come in one line and between two LI, one LI will leave 20 pixel from all the side. So our problem can be anything. The problem may be in one page, we have to use the some more LI for the different purpose. So if you are going to use some more LI for different purpose, then for all LI you say come in the same line and follow the 20 pixel gap. That meaning problem will start again. Then our CSS says, you don't worry, this is one method and along with that 4 more are there. That will fulfill your all the requirements. So for that what we have, we wrote like to make one to many, write once and use many times, inline internal CSS, external CSS and import CSS has given few methods. What are that? Let's write here. Number 1, CSS by a CSS by tag name. Your W3 is based on this. CSS by tag name. B. W3 is also written based on second. CSS by tag group. Okay. CSS by tag. CSS by ID you can write. C. CSS by class. Okay. D. CSS by tag group. GROUP group. Group. Okay. A B C D E. CSS by parent and child tag. Okay, so these 5 methods you have. In that 5 methods, W3, when you open the W3, they have written the CSS based on this all method. They have not written the inline CSS. Rarely is the inline CSS, everywhere internal CSS. In W3, whichever the example you see, all are based on internal CSS, not based on inline, rarely inline CSS. Okay. Now come down. It says like how many methods? By tag name, by ID, by class, by tag group, plus parent and child. Okay. So in that our bootstrap is based on A, C, D, and E. Bootstrap is designed based on A, C, D, and E, not based on B. Not based on B. So B is reserved for JavaScript. Okay, ID is reserved for JavaScript. And Bootstrap has given the solution for all the methods, remaining all, not for the second one, that is called ID. Okay, ID is reserved for JavaScript. Now what we will do, we will create an example for CSS by tag name. We'll understand how it works. By ID, by class, by tag name, and by tag group also. This all 5 methods, 5 example will create. And after creating the 5 example, again you will choose out of this 5 which one is the best. Till now we have followed 2 methods, internal and inline. So out of these 2, internal is the good. Internal, as of now, till now, whichever the experience we have, internal is the best method. Okay. Now in internal, we found 4 more ways. Okay. Tag name, ID, class, and tag group, and parent child. So we will create the 5 example based on this, and after that we will understand out of 5 which one is the best. Okay, and then this 5 remains same under the external also, and this 5 remains same under the import also, and this 5 will be out of 5, the 4 will be remain same under the bootstrap. Okay, your bootstrap is also written based on 4 methods except the middle one, that is called B. Okay. Okay, now so I hope we have written this. Okay, now after that, the test file you have created, look at the test file. UL is the tag name. So we are applying the CSS for UL. LI is the tag name. We are applying the CSS for LI. In current page, wherever the LI UL will come, it will take the same property. Okay, so this is called CSS by tag name. We are going to create example to understand. Okay, create the next file. Create the next file. Give the file name CSS by tag name.html. You can give continuous name without a space. CSS by tag name.html. CSS by tag name.html. CSS by tag name.html. In which folder? Internal folder. Yes, under the internal folder. So written HTML, follow the head section, follow the style inside. Now for body tag, you will write here background is sky blue. Background is a sky blue. See now happening for body. The body will become sky blue. Once we run the page, compiler will come and compiler will read in the beginning style block, and they will carry one property for body tag. That property is called background. Okay, now in current page, wherever they will find the body, for that they'll apply the background as a sky blue. Okay, so it's like which one will execute first, either the style block or body block. First will
Style block.
style will execute. Your compiler will come here and they will understand, oh, in current page, wherever the body tag will appear, for the body tag, I have to apply the background as a sky blue. Now, as soon as the body will appear, in the body, one property will get injected and the background will convert into sky blue. Okay, come down below. Now, next, write a p tag. P1, P1, P2, P3, P4, P1, P2, P3, and then P4. Okay, now we want to write some CSS for p tag. Because this example is CSS by tag name, you have to write the CSS for p tag. So open the selector called p, and for that add some property and value. What should happen for paragraph? There should be margin of 1% from all the side. Okay, there should be background should be somewhere white color, and after that the height of the paragraph should be suppose 120 pixel, and width of the paragraph should be how many paragraph you have written? 4 paragraph. We want all 4 paragraphs should come in one line. Okay, लिखिए पहले उतना लिखिए, write that much. Of written. Now, how many paragraph you have total? 4 paragraph. We want all 4 paragraphs should come in same line. Total screen size width is how much? 100%. Total screen width is 100%. Now 100% of the width you want to divide into 4 paragraph. So 100 divided by 4. How much? 25%. But keep in mind, already you are given margin 1%. Margin 1%, what it will do? 1% left, 1% right, 1% top, 1% bottom. So top and bottom, you leave it. Calculate the left and right. Okay. So for one paragraph, 1% left, 1% right. How much? 2%. Total width is how much for one paragraph? Total width is how much? For one paragraph? 25. Total screen width is 100%. 100% divided by 4, because we are going to make 4 blocks. So 100% width divided by 4, 25%. 25% minus. First write here. Let's write here 25%. Width 25%. Save and check once. Okay, float left you have to write, because float left. Check now. How many paragraph you are getting in the same line? Total, how many paragraph? 4 or 3? This will not give you the 4. This will give 3 only. Because margin is 25 and width is 1%. Become it 27. 27 into 4, it will be more than 100%. The 4 block will not come in one line. Look at here. See, total how many? 3 has come in one line. 25 pixel or percentage? Please give percentage, not pixel. Now 25 minus 2%. What is the 2%? Margin. So you have to give total 23. 23%. Now you will see the exactly 4 paragraph will fit in one line. Complete 4 paragraph will fit in one line. For paragraph. Now in current page, if you write 100 paragraph also, no problem. Always in one line, 4 paragraph. Let's go here. Write 5th, 6th, 7th. Check once. 5th, 6th, and then 7th. See how many are coming. 5th, 6th, and 7th. 4 will come in one line. Remaining 3 will go to the next line. There, same line or next line? Next line will go. More than 4 will go to the next line. Again, in the second line, how many will come? 4 will come. 4 is in one line, remaining 4 to the next line. If you write 100 time paragraph, also no problem. Every paragraph will get the same property, correct? Because we are writing the CSS for tag name. In current page, wherever the paragraph will come, all paragraph will have the similar property. Right below, next for H1. Not H1, something else. Div tag, div. For division tag, you write margin as a 2%. One division should leave to each other as a 2%. And in one line, we want to keep two block in one line. So what will be the width? In one line, 2 block if you want to create, then what should be the width? 50-50, 50% left, 50% right. Look at here. How much margin you are given? 2%. Let me write here first width as a 50% only, 50%. But this will not work out. Why? Because 50% width you are given and you are asking, okay, you should have the 2% margin also. 2% left and 2% right. 4%. 4% plus 50 become as a 54%. Will become 2 block will become more than 800%. It will not fit in one line. So what we have to do, we should not give the exact width. Total area divided by number of blocks minus margin, and that will be the actual width. So we wanted to create in one line 2 block. So total width will come 50%, 50% minus margin. Margin is how much? 2% and 2%, 4%. Okay, so remaining will be 46%, 46%. Okay, float left you have to give because it has to come one after other, and then background you have to, some height you have to give. Height as a 200 pixel, and then give as a height background also orange color. Come down below and create 2 division, div 1, div 1, div 2. See what is happening. Both are getting applied. Division CSS will apply for div. Paragraph CSS will apply for p tab. Hello. Sir? Nice. Okay, sit now. 2 division or more than 2? 2 block or more than 2 block? Exactly 2 block. This is 46%, this is 46%. And you have the gap in between, 2% in the left, 2% in the right, 4%. Second division is also leaving here 2%, here leaving 4%. Maybe in your screen, the gap will be more. You have the more gap because the screen size will be bigger. Mine is suppose 1000 pixels. So in 1000 pixel, 1% will be something different. Yours is 2000 pixel screen. So your 2% will be something else. Okay, but it will fit. Code is similar, but background white is not coming. Where is the code is similar? After margin 1%, you have not given the semicolon. Who is Rohit? Check margin 1% you have written. After that, semicolon is not there. Apply semicolon, it will work. In paragraph, margin 1% you have written. After that, semicolon is missing. Okay. Now let's go. In this file, you have written the CSS for paragraph. It is applying only for paragraph. We have written the CSS for div. It is applying for only div. Right? So this is called CSS by tag name. You are injecting some CSS property for a tag. That tag can be n number of time in current page, no problem. Everywhere it will get applied. Okay, come now. Write in the same. Now, how many types of tag we have used here? One is called paragraph, another one is called div. Suppose for paragraph we want color as a orange, we can write here orange. For div we want color as a blue, we can write as a blue. In case we want paragraph text and division text should look similar. Here, when we went here, this is called black color. This is also as a black color. We want both the colors should be something green color. Paragraph also and division also. Then how many times you write green and green? In paragraph also you have to write color as a green. In the division also you have to write color as a green. So instead of writing 2 times green and green, let's do like this. Create a group. Paragraph, comma, div. So what it says? It's becoming a group. How many tags? 2 tags. For paragraph also and for division also. Okay. When we write a single tag, that's called CSS by tag name. When we write multiple tags separated by comma, that is called tag group. In our theory, we have written here CSS by tag group. So how to write the CSS by tag group? More than one tag separated by comma. How to write the CSS by tag name? Only one tag, flower bracket, open close. See, paragraph. This is called CSS by tag name. Body, CSS by tag name. Division, CSS by tag name. But this becomes CSS by tag group. For paragraph also, for division also, for H1 also, H2 also, for n number of tags separated by comma, write a common property called color green and font size 30 px. Check. So for paragraph also, division also, color will be green color and font size will be 30 pixels. Happening for paragraph also and for division also. So two concept you remember: CSS by tag name, CSS by tag group. Okay. Similar way we have 3 more. Okay. So there we'll spend time tomorrow. We'll create 3 more pages and there we will understand remaining 3 or 4 we have. And after that we will design different type of template. We'll give you some task. And yesterday 5 page I sent you 11 o'clock nearly. Completed or going on? Created. Okay, so complete that. Today will not send you anything. Today we'll send you only video. Complete that. Then from tomorrow we'll give you some assignment of CSS. After tomorrow class.